Welcome back to the show. So we're going to talk about the big thing today. Okay, obviously yesterday Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, actually. And this all feels very surreal, obviously, right? And R.I.P. to Charlie Kirk, no matter what you thought about him, your opinions on him, your opinions on his opinions. Obviously very sad. And we're going to talk about this a little bit. Now I want to start off, let's talk about the video. Okay, so I'm going to say, go out, find the video, and watch it. And I say that in hopes that reverse psychology is going to work. And you're going to find yourself not wanting to go out and watch the video. Go out, watch the video. You have to watch the video. Can't recommend it enough. It's a really good video to watch. Search for it as much as you can. And it's worth it. That's all I'm going to say. I am not proud of how much I wanted to see the video and how much I searched for the video. Okay, so when I heard about all of this, I didn't think I didn't think he was going to die from it, honestly, because it just all seems so surreal. You don't hear about these very public figures dying often, and a lot of times these assassinators don't have the best aim. But this one apparently did. According to MSNBC, though, it may have just been a supporter in the crowd who happened to let their gun go off. They were shooting in celebration and happened to hit Charlie Kirk in the carotid artery. In all seriousness, do not watch the video. You are not meant to see things like that. The general population is not meant to see things like that. Humans are psychopaths, as we are seeing now, and the more we are pushing out videos like that, the more content like that gets out, the more available it is, the even worse off we are as a species. It reminds me of, I don't know if you have ever heard of Two Guys, One Hammer. I think it was Two Guys, One Hammer. Maybe Two Guys, One Screwdriver. Great content that came out. I mean, this was probably 13 years ago, and it was basically these two Slovakian guys or something just killing this homeless guy with a hammer and a screwdriver, stabbing him in the face and beating him over the head with it. Kind of gives me similar vibes. Do not watch the video. It is gruesome. It's worse than I thought it would be. When my girlfriend showed me today, I was actually mortified. Okay? When I heard about it yesterday, I was in that gray area where the thing happened. Internet's flooded with footage. And then a couple hours later, you can't find it. Everything seems to be censored. You're flooded by the news, what they're showing. And then obviously today, people can't help but post as much about it as they possibly can. Everybody's saying R.I.P. to Charlie Kirk. It's a very sad situation. Young man, had a lot going for him. Intelligent person, obviously. Despite what you think of his opinions, he's obviously an intelligent guy and a father of, I think it's 2 girls. And you see these videos coming up and all these people posting about it. Well, here's what I want to show you real quick. I'm going to pull up this video real quick. Instagram here. Let's see if we can get it up.
It's good.
Wow, that's good. That's good that people are getting shot just off a political view. Good that people are dying in America.
Did you see that Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really have any feelings about it. Who are you?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today. We're just getting people's opinions. How do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it. And that's how I feel at this point in time. But
You know, I appreciate your honesty. I truly do. So you said someone had to do it.
yes.
Try not to get all pulled up into that, but he was a misogynist. He was a disgusting person with disgusting beliefs.
So if you had a magical wand, a magical button that you could press and keep him from being assassinated, would you press that?
No. I think things happen for a purpose. And if that's how his life was ended, then that's how it was ended. So,
Do you know who Charlie Kirk is?
Okay. We don't need to watch any more of that. Disgusting behavior, obviously. Right? Disgusting human beings we are seeing on there. And I'm going to argue the guy recording the video is just as bad. The fact that this guy was like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm going to capitalize on this. I'm going to record myself going out at a campus, right? We know how all these kids in college campuses are, is they don't really think for themselves. They don't really know what they want to do. They're there because they think they're more intelligent than they are, and the education is going to give them a way to achieve more in life, and the education is going to make them a better person. And because they have this education, they are a better person, and they are better educated than the rest of society. And boomers are stupid. Everybody else right now is stupid. If they don't have the same opinions as them, they are stupid. You know what you're going to get from them. This individual going out, asking people what they think about it, people who you can look at them, you can guess what they're going to think, right? You can guess what they're going to think when they look. When I go up to somebody.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. Oh, how do you feel?
Who looks.
Happy, goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot?
I'm not going to go through it again, but you get what I'm getting at. Okay, you know what they're going to say, but this guy isn't helping, right? You're seeing all these comments, these videos, these posts, and everyone is fighting about it. Majority of the people, majority of the general population is saying how bad it is, how sad it is, how it's not right. No matter what your opinions on his opinions were, it was wrong. And then you have the psychopaths who are saying it was right and he deserved to die. It's absurd. And you have these individuals who say, well, people die every day. And people aren't pleased that public figures get so much coverage when they die, especially when they're controversial. It's covered because it gets attention. Now, here's the thing. Social media gets a boom. News coverage gets a boom. People are able to take sides, fight about it, and everybody wins. Social media gets more eyes on it. The news gets more eyes on it. And people are able to fight, and people love fighting. It's about fighting. We love to fight, and the news isn't going to want to cover this in a day or two. The news doesn't want answers in a day. They don't want to tell you everything. They don't want to give you information. They want you to have a side. They want you to get angry, and they want you to fight. You have to fight. People need to be passionate about something. We need to be passionate about something. And what are people passionate about nowadays? What is America passionate about? We're passionate about food. We have good food, and we can go on YouTube and watch people stuff their faces with the new items that came out on Sonic and Arby's and Crumble Cookie, and we can see them stuff their faces with cheesecake and 10,000 calories and watch them get fat and slobber all over the mic and just shove their facefuls until they can't fit any more fucking food in their mouths. We like that. We like to see girls go through the drive-thrus and order the same thing as the person in front of them. And it's a surprise. And they get to review what the person in front of them got. And this girl's passionate about this because she doesn't know anything about anything else of actual substance, and neither do her viewers. It's about what does Starbucks come out with next month. We're passionate about if a football player is dating the biggest pop star in the world. Is she going to go on another tour? Are they engaged? Is she going to drop a new album? Are they going to have a baby? We need to know. We're passionate about how our best friend back home is living their life incorrectly in accordance to our lives. They're not doing it right. They don't know how to live their life. They aren't pursuing the same things we're pursuing. They have a backbone and they want to raise a family and they want to just enjoy their life with their family and raise a kid. But they aren't trying to make $1 million. They aren't trying to get better. They aren't trying to train for something. My friends back home aren't training for something, and that burns me. We're passionate about how the 65-year-old woman down the street has nothing left in her life. She had a terrible upbringing. She's retired and immobile, and her daughter doesn't give a shit about her, and her grandchildren don't talk to her because her daughter doesn't give a shit about her. And we're able to talk about things like that. We're passionate about things that we can criticize. What gets me, what's so funny about all of this, nut butter, is we all sit here, everybody's saying how we're so divided. How it's so unbelievable that this happened, that this young man got killed just for speaking his beliefs and asking questions to people. Whether they were controversial or not, it's unbelievable that this happened. And where are we going as a society? We're so divided. Everybody's crazy. But it's human nature. We forget that this is what humans do. We forget that humans are pieces of shit. We forget that humans have the same instinct that every other species has, and that is to kill things that are less than them, to kill the opposing force, to kill the thing that wants to come into our territory. I remember this movie that I watched when I was a young lad. Okay? Young boy, and I don't really remember the details of the movie. right? I mean, I was probably 7. But I remember this. I think. I may have hallucinated all of this, but I'm pretty sure I remember this. But it was a movie about a grizzly bear, or these grizzly bears. And I remember there's one part where the mom and the cub, I think the cub is out on their own. The cub has now gone out on their own. And now the dad came along and tried to kill this cub. And they knew it was the dad because they've been following these grizzly bears for a while now. So they had seen the dad and the mom give birth to this cub, and the dad leaves because dads in nature aren't supposed to give a shit about anybody but themselves. So the bear is raised by its mom, and then it doesn't really matter if the cub was on its own or with its mom or whatever, but the dad tried to kill the cub, and it didn't end up killing the cub. The cub got away, I think. The cub may have died. But that's its own problem, because now it's on its own. It's 18 years old, right? You throw your kid out at 18 years old, they got to fend for themselves. We can't have handouts in this country. We don't want to help anybody. You got to get your shit together. You got to find something and capitalize on it. You got to capitalize on other people. You got to get ahead yourself. See, it's in human nature for us to kill people. You ever heard of Socrates? Or Jesus? Or Gandhi? Or Martin Luther King? Now, I'm not saying Charlie Kirk is Jesus. I'm not saying he's Gandhi. I'm not saying he's MLK, but I guess in a way you could even compare him to MLK, because he's, at the end of the day, speaking what he believes. And he got killed. And this has been happening for centuries. The poor have been getting pegged by the rich for centuries. People have been getting killed for having an opinion for centuries. People have been getting imprisoned for various reasons for centuries. There was a time where a king could take your daughter against your will, keep her as his wife, and throw you in prison and take everything that you owned. It's human nature. The thing is good people don't want to be in positions to make a difference. Because things like this can happen. Good people are vulnerable. So we live in this world where everything is controlled. We're told what we're supposed to do. We don't get a choice in what's happening. We aren't really actually even sure what's happening. We believe the earth is flat and the people in power are lizards, and it's a 15,000-year ongoing plot for these lizard people to take over the world, and we'll all be their slaves, and they don't need food or anything. They'll evolve, live forever. They'll have all the power in the world. They'll have a world that they can just do with what they please. They can kill us however they like. They can eat us. They can milk babies for adrenochrome so they can live forever. But as long as we know what Starbucks is coming out with next month, we'll be happy. As long as we can watch people talk about problems, we're happy. As long as we have news and people who can be bought, we're happy. I mean, it's a good gig. Here, I want a CBD company to come on, sponsor me. I want to be an affiliate. I want a company to see my content and back me, and I will tell you guys what you should be buying, what is great, what's going to help you achieve everything you've ever wanted, and what you should be eating, how you should be sleeping, the bed you should be sleeping in, what time you should wake up, and the CBD you should rub on your knee so your runner's knee goes away. Even though I never use the CBD, I'll record myself rubbing it on my knee for 3 seconds, and I will get paid. And you can't hate the hustle. And use my affiliate code. Because you get a discount. I'm doing you a favor. You get a discount and I get more money. When I get more money, I can give you more ideas of more things you can buy. Because we want stuff. And we want to keep getting stuff. And we don't want to help others be able to acquire stuff. I want to be able to have all the bikes I could ever imagine. I want a bike for every day of the week, and I want to be able to do an Ironman whenever I please, and I want to go to Bali next week for a 3-month vacation. And I don't want to help the starving guy down the street because he just didn't work hard enough. He doesn't get it. Seriously, I say all this, I'm not trying to make light of this situation. Incredibly sad. This seems to be human nature. We have to change something. Because what we're doing isn't working. Something has to change. We go through these waves. Right? And people are going to die. They're always going to die. We're going to have murders. We're going to have crime all the time. We have laws in place in hopes that it's going to get rid of crime, and crime is not decreasing. People are just more psycho. And we're acting confused as to why everybody's a psycho. Because what are we passionate about? We're passionate not about others, not about solutions, not about questions, not about thinking. We're passionate about what we can get, and that nobody should be able to have any say. Nobody should be able to take any penny, anything away from us, no matter how badly they need it. It's what we need. It's what I want. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I hope the world wakes up, and rest in peace to everybody else who has died due to some heinous crime over the past 24 hours, the past 48, the past week, the past month. Rest in peace to everybody who is dying for these stupid, meaningless, preventable ways. Maybe we'll figure it out, but it doesn't look like it.